Oh, yo. I really do like the intro song, and I am so sad that you guys don't get to hear a single thing of it. Because the game always bugs out even every single time I try to start it up and have it being captured by OBS. It's never working. This game starts out with a cutscene, or a... Oh yeah, it's called a cutscene. Where it's featuring this song. So you might not be able to see the images, but now you got to hear the actual song. I absolutely love it. And it's the only time when you're booting up the game that you get to hear it, really. And as you can tell, like, the game mutes and unmutes every time you go in and out. There's nothing changing that. Now, if I am to make an estimate about this game based on the pictures and images that we can collect, it seems as though... Wait, can you guys not see the images? What the heck? Hold on. Why are you not... Do I need to try this again? Don't think this is gonna work. You're not capturing the game. What? Can you... You guys can literally not see anything. What the heck? Why is the game stuck like this? Okay, hold on. This I'm not okay with. This seems to be an ongoing issue with this game.
The frame.
Could you not show my background for a second? Hello? Why are you doing this? Okay, now the game capture is working. Alright, here we go. So, as I was mentioning, so I think we're just gonna skip that whole capture window thingy. That's just not gonna be okay. Also, I don't have any incriminating stuff on my desktop anyway, so that's fine. What I was saying was that if I am to make an estimate guessing based on these images, we're very close to the end. And we are at which one? We're at number 4 today. Meaning, yeah, we took basically the first one and almost the first line of images plus a few more in the first run. In the second run we took about this much, and then last time we had this. Unless it's going to be way more congested or compressed. I don't know how long this game is going to take. Whatevs. We're gonna jump straight into it. So welcome. It's Friday. It's Horror Friday, basically. Let me make an official introduction. It's Horror Friday. We will be moving Horror Friday to Horror Saturday once we're done with this game. Just a little PSA, because I have on my Discord server made a tiny little poll asking for 2 time slots. Which one would be preferred? And for now it seems to be in the afternoon between lunch and dinner time slot on Saturdays, my time. And for what that is worth, I'm hoping that it's going to like loosen up a little bit more in times of like constraints and everything, because I can already tell you that 3 streams a week, 3 days in a row is not gonna be a good match for me. So I've already like made the decision to cut out the art streams on Wednesdays, and I don't really have time on Tuesday to make up for that, nor do I have time on Mondays, and then there's really only Saturdays left. So it's probably going to be Thursday and Saturday for now. But yeah, enough about that. I am going to start getting to continue. Where did we left off? We're here. And the game looks good. The game looks nice. Yeah. Ratio's fine. Ratio's good. Whew. Okay. Are we ready? Are we ready? Do we have any log that we can look at? What is 28 years old, senior high school dropout, currently parole after short Jericho. For someone who actually used corpse girls of website and extra death, Jericho corpse girl. Cultural, she's dead, splatter. Okay. Okay, so this is the conclusive episode and scene that shows us how everything in the prologue actually panned out, which is interesting. So, yeah, let's go. I hang up the phone and a smile fights its way across my tired face. Emi Katsuno is dead. She killed herself thanks to the trauma of discovering her own corpse at the doorstep. Even though I forgot to send the corpse photo last night. Wait, what? Wait, no, hold up. She got the corpse photo. But if hold on a second. My brain needs to wire it for a bit. You're telling me that our main character here was not the one who sent Emmy the corpse photo. Here we are again, struck with another line of parallel or paranormal stuff that probably will get an explanation later on, but we know from the prologue that Emmy, the blonde girl from the prologue, that she got the corpse photo. Not only did she get that, but she also saw the corpse out in front. Never mind, let's go. I nearly fucked up our entire plan due to how exhausted I was. By some stroke of luck, I managed to wake up early this morning. Thankfully, my first thought upon waking was to send the photo. Okay, there we go. I need to stop overthinking and just read into it. Oh no, here we go. Emmy would have received the picture only an hour before the time marked on it. It was a close call. A very close call. But I can't help but wonder if it worked in our favor. Kochiro and Tomoe rushed over to her apartment to deliver the corpse, forcing Amy into a confrontation with the photo, an imminent time of death, and the delivery of her own corpse, all in the space of an hour, worked out to our advantage. It worked so well that I'm starting to consider making this our regular mode of operation. You really think that's smart? I glance at the burner phone atop the coffee table. Since Emmy is already dead, there is no point in me waiting 24 hours to discard it. I'll get rid of it right away. After that, I'll have to figure out what to do about the other remaining requests. I still have 2 photos of victims that I crafted on the same day I made Emmy's photo. With all the urgency of plotting Emmy's demise, I didn't have a chance to send them at all. I'll have to edit them a little bit because the timestamps on them are now out of date, but that's okay. It's a quick fix. You know, I have to get this off my chest. I'm a little bit sad that there is no paranormal stuff actually going on, that it's a little bit too technical. But especially because those times, those instances where the buildup and the connection and disconnection from between things happening are working way better and would have been immaculately executed if it was something paranormal. There is a little writer's heart in me that's like, I would have loved for this to be horror, but you know, I'm okay with it. And then there's the request for Yuriko Kurosawa. I'll need to deal with that too. Eventually. Oh yeah, her big sister. That's right, her big sister. A quiet morning at the library is just what I need to escape from the chaotic whirlwind that I've been trapped in for the last few days or weeks. The place is silent as usual. There aren't many people around. I managed to find a seat in my favorite reading book, and I leave my belongings in a chair to save my spot while I browse for a book to read. I can't bring myself to continue reading Strange Flower right now. Reading a book about corpses while trying to take a moment away from my own life is just not going to work for me. I scan the bookshelves and look for something light to read. I'm in the mood for comedy? Am I in the mood for comedy? Probably not. A fantasy adventure? Maybe. Though that's never really been my thing. Biographies are out of the question. So are history books. I can pretty much dismiss any nonfiction straight away. I'm just not in the mood. So, what should I read? I thumb through a couple of trashy romance light novels. The covers look appealing, with attractive characters smiling and holding each other and falling in love. But the content within each one is utter crap. A housewife looks for love after her husband vanishes, a vampire lord seeks his vampire queen, and a college student falls in love with his professor only to find that she's his long-lost sister. It's all dribble. I could write better stories than these, but maybe everyone thinks that way. Defeated, I put all the books back on the shelf and return to the chair I saved. I take a seat and simply browse through my noise feed on my phone. A few photos from acquaintances, comments on the weather, a short essay on human rights, even a poem written in poor broken English. Trash. All of it. I used to love this inside look at other people's lives. I lived for it. I thrived for it. I used to be aroused at the smallest glimpse inside someone else's life. I couldn't go more than a few hours without browsing noise. But now, something is different. Something inside me has changed. I want to say that I've recently become cynical, jaded, but that wouldn't be accurate. I've been this way as long as I can remember. The appeal of voyeurism isn't there anymore. My growing ability to manipulate the lives and deaths of other people has ruined any pleasure I once gleaned from simply spying on them. I need more people to die. Maybe then I'll find satisfaction, ecstasy, release. I lean back in the chair and I fold my arms across my chest. My foot taps against the carpeted floor impatiently. I won't find comfort in this library. I won't find relaxation. I'll only find whatever elusive feeling I'm looking for once Corpse Girl's work is complete. I can't rest yet. Not now that things are beginning to escalate. I could be orchestrating the deaths of 3 people right now, the 2 women that had their deaths requested at the same time as Emmy, and my very own sister, Yuriko. People are counting on me. People are counting on Corpse Girl to deliver her judgment. I hoist the strap of my handbag over my shoulder and stand up. It's time for Corpse Girl to usher in a new era of human suffering. Quick day.
A bizarre string of similar deaths in Tokyo over the weekend have left police and detectives completely baffled. We have Chief Detective Fujikawa at the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department in the studio today to discuss the events. According to eyewitness reports, a young woman plummeted to her death from an apartment building on Saturday morning. 2 other women suffered a similar fate in different locations late on Sunday night. Police have not yet released information on the identities of the young women. Would you care to share your thoughts, Detective Fujikawa?
We cannot rule out the possibility of homicide in these cases. Police recovered additional bodies at the site of each death. In each instance, a look-alike corpse matching the appearance of the victim was found. This cannot be mere coincidence. I believe that a single perpetrator is behind the deaths of all 3 women. Leaving a look-alike corpse at the scene of each crime seems to be some sort of psychotic calling card. It's clear that the death of each victim was premeditated. In cases like these, the perpetrator is often looking to be caught, even if only subconsciously. It won't take long to track them down. Once forensic analysis reveals the identities of the look-alike corpses, we will be able to uncover how and where they were obtained. We will bring the perpetrator to justice.
Police are urging citizens to be cautious in the coming weeks. If you see anyone behaving suspiciously, please call the following number.
Damn, this shit's really starting to blow up.
Yeah, it's about time.
3 deaths in 1 weekend. Corpse Girl is on fire.
She couldn't have done it without you. And Kojiro. So, thanks. I know those corpse deliveries yesterday were rather last minute.
No problem. Had nothing better to do anyway.
I've still got 1 victim ready to conquer, but I'm not sure when to go through with it.
What's the issue?
It's someone I know.
So? Didn't bother you when we stuck it to that Emmy chick.
This is a little different. It's my sister.
Yo, hold up. You've got a sister?
Mm-hmm. Yuriko. She's older than me.
Shit. And like, someone requested her death through Corpse Girl's website?
Oof.
Seems like it.
Jeez. What are the chances?
I know, right?
I'm wondering the same thing.
Well, think it over a bit longer. You might want to lay low for a while anyway. Sounds like Shinya's dad is all over this case.
Oh, wait, that police officer is Shinya's dad?
Sorry? Shinya's dad?
Oh, yeah. I feel like me and Noriko are pretty much on the same wavelength. Because it's not the first time where I've had a reaction to something, and then the scripted statement from Noriko turns out to be the exact same thing. It's quite hilarious.
That detective guy, Fujikawa.
Yeah.
What? He's Shinyo's dad?
Yep, friggin' scary guy. Had an awkward dinner with him and Shinyo a while back.
This is, of course, not to say that I am as mind broken as Noriko. I just find it really funny that even in like scripted scenarios with like characters that you're writing, that the writing style and communication like overlaps with the way with your like first impression. I find that quite funny.
Wow. You know, I met him once before.
You did?
He certainly was intimidating. But don't worry, we only met by chance. Had nothing to do with Corpse Girl.
Alright, as long as he doesn't know your identity, you should be fine. Still, what's your next move?
I'll think over what to do about my sister for a little longer. But as soon as more requests come through the website, I'm going to fulfill them. I don't have the luxury of time. I can't just lay low like you said.
Sheesh, when did you grow a pair?
I'm serious. I'm tired of lagging behind. Corpse Girl is on a winning streak now. It's up to me to keep it going.
Sure is.
Okay, well, just let me know when you need me.
Thanks. I will.
It's also really interesting to me that the writing here is like surrounding murder, basically. Even if it is just like inciting a push through what could potentially be nothing but a prank. If that was the intention, it would have been like quite harmless, but I find it interesting that this is the type of writing for this visual novel. That this is what they went with. That they're making the characters and every single character around the main character seem so on board with the whole fact that people are actually dying from this. Like it requires a special kind of mindset for this kind of thing, not gonna lie. And for Noriko to have so many quote-unquote like-minded characters around her is a little bit suspicious.
Well, back to work or whatever.
I turn back to my computer after Tomoe leaves. 3 deaths in 1 week. Corpse Girl truly is at the top of her game. It was a bit of hard work, but in the end, I managed to pull through. Thanks to a bit of luck, of course. Yesterday, after returning home from the library, I had a sudden burst of inspiration. I ran a reverse image search on the photos of the 2 women that were submitted to Corpse Girl's website. It was pretty easy to locate their noise profiles thanks to that. I was kind of shocked when I saw that we all shared 2 mutual friends on noise, Emi Katsuno and Yuriko Kurosawa. A bit of digging through their profiles revealed their names to be Fuyumi Amano and Manami Sachiko. They both worked at the same store as Emi and my sister. It struck me then that all these requests must be somehow related, but that didn't matter all too much. Tracking down Amano and Sachiko's addresses wasn't as difficult as I feared. I contacted Tomoe, and she told me she was familiar with the store they worked at. She volunteered to head over there and see if she could access the employee records. Apparently, the whole job was so easy that she managed to walk in and out in 3 minutes flat. She said that none of the staff even batted an eyelid as she walked in, and she simply strode into the back room, rummaged through the filing cabinet, and snapped a photo of the employee contact sheet. That's crazy. Yo, that's crazy work. With that information at our disposal, nothing stood in the way of delivering look-alike corpses to their homes. A few hours shared between the morgue and the factory, and it was done. Both Amano and Sachiko killed themselves within an hour of each other. So far, the kill rate of delivering a photo and then a corpse is 100%. This is really going crazy. This is really, jeez. My brain. I can only imagine the thoughts that must go through someone's mind when they are faced with their own corpse. The looming dread, hopelessness, and fear of inevitability have proven to be so overwhelming that suicide becomes the only viable option. Because of this development, I've finally ruled out the possibility of Corpse Girl's victims being murdered by some mysterious stranger. I only ever invented that theory due to the strange circumstances in which Nori Hatsano died. After all, she was hung from a scarecrow in an uncannily similar fashion to the corpse photo I invented for her. None of the victims' deaths since then have made me truly suspect that another party could be involved. All of them have clearly been suicides, or, in the case of Eiichi Hanada, coincidental accidents. Kotomi Iida's death was an outlier since she was likely killed out of self-defense. I'm about 90% certain that Corpse Girl's power lies in the ability to convince victims to end their own lives. There's no third-party murderer acting on her behalf. And I've begun to suspect that the power I hold is so esoteric, arcane. And I've begun to suspect that the power I hold is no esoteric, arcane force. Why is there a pause there? It's not some supernatural art. It's not witchcraft or sorcery, or some holy power bestowed upon me from on high. The power Corpse Girl holds is simply determination, grit, resolve. My will to end lives is what drives me to craft convincing corpse photos and deliver look-alive cadavers. That in itself is enough to act as the knife twisting in a victim's side. It's enough to compel those weak of heart and weak of mind to end their lives. If that's all my power ends up being, I'm happy. I'm happy that I can be the instrument that deliver Corpse Girls' justice, regardless of whether it's through mundane or mysterious methods. As long as victims continue to drop like flies in the wake of Corpse Girl's ascension, I will remain content. And this is only just the beginning. Oh, ho, 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 ho. This is getting crazy. Absolutely mad. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Also, I need something to drink. Let me see. There are no new requests when I log into Corpse Girls' website this evening. I'm strangely okay with that. There's something I want to do more. I'm strangely okay with that. There's something I want to do before more requests come through, though, anyway. Why am I struggling with this sentence? I'm strangely okay with that. There's something I want to do before more requests comes through anyway. I'm going to make some updates to the website. A few improvements that will considerably ease the workload placed on corpse girls. Oh my goodness, these phrases sometimes. I'm going to make some updates to the website. A few improvements that will considerably ease the workload placed upon Corpse Girl, Kochiro, and Tomoe. In the website's admin settings, I add a couple of extra data fields to the front page. Oh? Instead of just asking for a photo and a phone number, the website now requires a victim's address to be provided. This will ensure we can successfully deliver a corpse for every request. In addition, the site now asks for the victim's name. I have always been hesitant about requesting this specific detail. I never wanted to know the names of the people Corpse Girl will kill. It creates familiarity, and I always used to worry that it would prevent me from going through with the requests. Oh, kind of like with her sister. But I feel like the thing with her sister is a bit like hitting too close to home base, maybe. Piss off. But more than all of that, I feared that I would delve too deep into somebody's life. I feared that I would become too attached, too entranced by standing on the outside and looking in. Knowing someone's name would have allowed me to easily find victims online and go down the rabbit hole of spying on their private lives. My voyeuristic fetishes would have defeated me. I know myself, and I know that I would have become far too interested in a person to carry out their death. It's the same reason why I never reverse image searched a victim's photo before yesterday. Now that things are escalating, now that Corpse Girl needs a victim's address to ensure a kill, I have to get past all of that. I have to be strong for Corpse Girl. I'm somewhat relieved that the timing is suitable. After all, I haven't been as aroused as usual when stalking people online. I don't know if my libido is just low, or if I truly have become uninterested in such things. Either way, I believe I'm able to cope with the burden of extra knowledge, learning victims' names, addresses, all of that. It's going to work in Corpse Girl's favor. And I'm surely strong enough to know. No, and I'm surely strong enough now to not give in to temptation and succumb to the psychophilia that has plagued my existence for years. Psychophilia? Okay, that's a new term. No, scopophilia. Scopophilia. Let me just do a quick search on that, because that's a new term I've not heard before. Scopophilia. Definition. A noun for a sexual dependency on openly observing sex organs and sexual acts, as opposed to voyeurism, which is secret. Do we have Merriam-Webster here? Let's just see. A desire to look at sexually stimulating scenes, especially as a substitute for actual sexual participation. So let me get this straight. So that literally means that psychophilia is when the person watching is sitting with you in the room observing everything that's happening, versus somebody who would be looking at the same scene but hiding behind a door and looking through a peephole. So the distinction comes between whether or not the people knows that they're being watched versus not knowing that they're being watched. Interesting. Psychophilia is the pleasure derived from looking, often associated with the act of observing others in a voyeuristic manner. Yeah. So it is the, hello, I'm here, I'm sitting right in front of you, please continue whatever you're doing, basically. And then also not just like watching, but also being aroused and sexually stimulated from that. Interesting. We learned something new today. After adding the victim's name and address fields to the website, I decide to add one final touch. One small bird will come in. Bird! I had to tilt my head back for that. How are you doing? Welcome to this game. We just learned a new term. I did not know what scopophilia actually meant. So I had to do a quick Google search in order to understand what we're actually dealing with here. Now, I know about the voyeuristic tendencies where people, they're like, you know, they're lurking or they're like snooping glances at something sexually, or others doing something and then getting pleasure from that, which is quite a common thing that many know about. However, I did not know that if you take away the secrecy of the person, they're being like watching this sexual act happen and being aroused by it, if you take away the secrecy, take away the veil, the wall, whatever they're hiding behind, and place them in the room, and then they're still having the same effect while just seeing people in action, then it becomes psychophilia instead of voyeurism instead. So it's just like, oh, so whether or not the person being sexually aroused by watching something else sexually happening, or just looking at something that could be sexually arousing, then you're having like a completely different thing. And I did not know this. So I was like, oh, this is actually interesting. This is actually fascinating. I always, whenever I see these terms, I get really curious and I must look up, especially if I don't know it. It's not because I need to use it for anything. It's just I have an avid need for knowing, for gaining new knowledge, for learning new stuff. And this is definitely one of the times where I am happy to have learned a new term for something that could potentially just be the same thing. Because a lot of people, they still say that if the person is sitting inside the room with you, that it's still voyeuristic tendencies. And it's kind of similar, but it comes in a different name. Also, I'm good. It's a chill day at work today. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. I am very much wrapped in my blankies, in my duvets. I'm very cozy in my chair. And Arani, welcome in too. Hello, hello. So yeah. But yeah, this game is taking... this game is going places. This story is absolutely batshit crazy. And mostly in the term of the characters being so open and okay with the act of potentially being the ones causing other people to die. Not something I'm familiar with. Usually in horror stories or stories similar to this, you would have one crazy character and everybody else is like somewhat normal, and then you're having a lot of manipulation going around it in order to force everybody else to like participate, basically. So this is the first time where where I at least am seeing that we have a full-on situation with a main character who is surrounded by like-minded people who, just like her, want to commit to the cause of potentially being directly involved with somebody else dying because of a prank they played. And that's some crazy mindset. That's some avid crazy mindset right there. So, but yeah, I'm not gonna be yapping on for too long. We shall continue. That's a good point. You don't see that often. You really don't. But that's all the more of a charm aspect to this game and story. It's not one that I've seen at all. So I'm curious to see how they're gonna wrap it up though. I do not regret buying and playing this. Absolutely not. After adding the victim's name and address fields to the website, I decide to add one final touch. There's a particular line of text that describes how the site works. I've always liked it. It says, "Your victim will receive a photo of their own corpse shortly before they die." It's concise, and it perfectly sums up the intention of the website. However, it needs to be updated to correctly apply to Corpse Girl's new modus operandi. I changed the line ever so slightly, just enough to make a difference. It now reads, "Your victim will receive their own corpse shortly before they die." Some people might think it doesn't make any sense. They'll think that maybe it's a typo or written by someone not familiar with the language. But it's completely intentional. Now that I've made all the changes to the website, I click the Save button in the admin panel. The changes are reflected immediately on the front page of the site. Corpse Girl's new and improved request form is online. With that done, I need to simply sit back and wait for some new requests to pour in. This is not like me. I'm gonna need a short break, so hang out for a quick second or two. Just gonna put up the log and put you guys over on the just chatting and give you a break of, well, not just 3 minutes. It might be a little bit longer, but I'll be back. Alright, this is taking a little bit longer. I need to make a phone call and then I will be right back. You guys are gonna be giving some music. Let's see here. Do you want some instrumental or do you just want some English, Korean, Japanese? You know what? You can get some Japanese music. How's that sound? You have some tunes in the background now? There's gonna be some anime stuff and everything going on, so keep yourselves busy and enjoy it. I will keep the be right back with the break timer on, so you guys enjoy. I will wrap this up as fast as I can. Let me just make a little message up here. Be right back. Emergency call. Pin this. Let me see. Pin. There we go. And manually unpinned after. Yeah. That's good. That's nice. Right. I will be right with you. You and I, you and I. I'm happy that you guys are liking the songs. You're my light. I have playlists for different languages because I couldn't make up my mind whether or not I wanted to have playlist for just games, for just anime. More often than not, I'm just in the vibes of wanting to listen to a specific language. And then I'm just like, why would I need to divide it up? It's just like, if I like the music, put it in. Let it be in there. So you got to listen to some of my how many songs do I have on this playlist? I have like 281 songs, 18 hours and 33 minutes worth of Japanese tunes. So we could definitely sit here for like the next full day. What I wanted to make sure, and we already had 2 BCS one for me. So I have a playlist called Music of My K-Peep. And this anime music slaps. Yeah. No. What I just wanted to let you guys know that might have to do another emergency call again at some point. I don't know. But I was just told I need to be on the waiting line. It's nothing like too extreme or too serious, but like I just got a very anxious call, somebody who needed me to be there in case they needed support. And I was like, okay, well, that's fine. You can call me if you need more help than this. But I set them up for success, so I hope everything turns out right. And that's basically it. I'm not going to go into more details. We're here to stream. We're here to get through to a game. So, it's kind of sad to break this song off, isn't it? That's right. I'll be making lunch real quickly. I will be letting the song run out, and then we can jump straight back in. I, for one, very much enjoy the songs. I have so many. Are any of you familiar with Yoasobi? Maybe. Yoasobi, let's see if we can divide it by artist. Artiste. Can I get by artiste? Yes. What are some of the most immediate ones? BTS is a pretty huge chunk. Like a violently huge chunk. We have Sentimental, the band that made OSTs for the anime Given. Yoasobi, you love that? Oh, such a good one. We've of course got some more K-pop groups in here that's made Japanese songs like ENHYPEN, Treasure, and a few others. Eve is another one that's also made quite a few tracks. EXO has also made, FT Island has also made. Those are a few more Korean ones. We got Heavens for that one mobile game. The one mobile game I don't remember right now. So, we're going to be pausing. Oh my god, Minnie, you're speaking to my heart. I mean, I guess I should just slap some of these playlists into the Discord server if you guys are interested, and then you can go ham, just browse through all of my personal faves. And you'll probably discover a lot more down the line. And maybe you even have some extra recommendations that I have not added to my list yet. Because I listen to music 24/7. There is not a time where my Spotify is not rolling. There is not a time. It was a lot of Genshin music. Was it you that shared a sleep playlist ages ago on Spotify? Maybe. I still have my sleep playlist. It's not as big, but I do have one that is on and off, filtered out and added and it's reshapen. Sometimes I will have what is it called? You know, like for a sleeping playlist, sometimes you will have a tune that you feel very, very, very calm with. But then as time goes by, you discover that maybe it's not the best effect at all times, at any given situation or any given mood. And so you'll have to like shift them out. But I think I have shared it once or twice. But we swapped off Spotify to YouTube because we could get a family plan. It's cheaper than Spotify, so I lost it. No. Well, I will. Regardless, you can still like browse through it and then see if you can find the equivalent numbers over on YouTube, and then you can just like remake your own list over there. As easy as is. I have somewhat thought. I think you can still access your playlist even if you have the free. Yeah. You can always access Spotify Music even if you don't have an active membership. It's just that the active membership is only going to take away the ads, so you're going to have to deal with the ads. But if you just want to like make and collect playlists that you can then like do a 1-for-1 with on YouTube instead, then that's equally doable. I think you ran back, but yes. Okay. I will, you know what? While we're just here chatting, just gonna. Do you want me to embed the playlist, or do you want me to just slap a link into it? You know what? I'm just gonna embed it. Why not? Why the heck not? No, I probably just need to no, I just need the link for Discord, right? Discord is not that anal about it. Do we have a music channel on my? Do we not? Is there an empty one that I can rewire? There is. There is one. There is an empty one. This means I will be slapping it into the, well, now called animation, but that's going to be called music. So let me just... music and then emote node. No. Music. Yeah, there we go. For this and that. Slap that in. Lock that down. And then that can come up under... We can put that up before entertainment. There we go. So, if there's any other... let me know. I'll just slap them in the music channel. That's probably where we want to keep those kind of things. But now you have the Japanese one, so you can browse and skim through, even if you don't have a membership. Let's see. Someone shared one on Khan's server. Yeah, that's probably me, but I'm not the only one who's done it. But I do remember there was someone who was sharing or asking about, like, calming tunes for sleeping, and I don't know if it was just a regular conversation or if it was just me adding in something else that I usually do go by if I want to like stay really calm. There is a Spotify tailored playlist that's called Jazz for Sleep, and I've been using that so often these days. There is something about Jazz for Sleep that just hits way better for me than lo-fi. In lo-fi, I have such an odd time finding the right kind of tunes that are like calm enough to not spike my activity levels. And jazz always keeps at a low pace, a very slow, calming pace, which doesn't really have a... what can you call it? It doesn't have the same kind of like adventure storytelling in the music like a lot of game and anime music usually do. Because usually I really like to just sit back and like be calm and relaxed by instrumental pieces from movies and TV shows and animes and whatnot. But they also have, more often than not, a storytelling vibe to it, so you can actually follow a vibe or a mood of a story through the entire piece. It's amazing. I love it when I'm awake and aware and just need to chill out for a second. But when I need to sleep, I need something that's a little bit more like calm, repetitive, but also sporadic. So it's like the jazz for sleep really, really, really works for me. Although I don't really listen to a lot of jazz on normal basis, but jazz for sleep really, it hits. Are you guys ready for more story? I am ready for more story, especially if I have another call that I need to get to later. But in that case, we can go back and give you guys more tunes to listen to, which will not be too bad. So let's see. Where did we hit it off? Okay. Also, your pin message is still up. Yeah. You know, I'm gonna unpin it. Actually, been making dinner. Human lunch. Oh, well, it's food. You'll be making food. But by all means, please. We continue with the story. Let's see where we end up. With that done, I need to simply sit back and wait for some new requests to pour in. And it shouldn't take long once I put my next plan into motion. Because I've finally figured out how my sister can be of use to me after all these years. She's going to help me become famous. Yuriko Kurosawa. Death will ensure that everybody in Japan knows the name Corpse Girl. Let's go. For the first time in a while, my fingers scrape against the bottom of the cabinet drawer.
Oh shit.
I fumble around and grab the last remaining burner phone in the drawer. It's a fairly modern handset from around 3 years ago. These newer models never retain their battery charge for more than a month or so when they've been inactive. Thankfully, it uses a generic charger, so I quickly plug it into the kitchen outlet and wait for it to return to life. I glance back down at the open drawer. It's completely empty now. I'm going to need to restock my supply of burners if I hope to continue Corpse Girls' work. I nervously bite my fingernails at the thought. Getting these phones isn't easy. It's free, yes, but not easy. And if I get busted trying to lift a stack of them, that might very well be the end of me. I'll have to obtain as many new phones as possible at some point today. Once Corpse Girls kills my sister, my website is going to explode with new requests. I also just saw that I forgot to change scenes. Ah! I need to be as prepared as possible. I decide to finish getting ready for work while the burner charges. As much as I'd like to simply skip out and deal with my sister, I do need to pop into office. Missing too many days is going to lead to getting fired, and that might compromise my mission. I take my medication, I apply my makeup, and I pack my handbag. It's all so mundane, but it's also necessary. Each day is the same routine. There's comfort to be found in that, especially for someone like me, but sometimes I remember the excitement of finding myself in new situations. Even if those situations end up with me lying in the muck of a bathroom floor, or against the stone-cold tiles of a morgue. When I'm ready to leave the apartment, I snatch the burner phone up and I check the battery. It's around 40%. That should be plenty. I stash it in my handbag so it's ready for action when time comes. I'm out on the floor, or I'm out the door at the same time as every other day. You think that phone is going to, be an issue since it's a newer model? I find myself alone in the office well after working days has ended. Or I find myself alone in the office well after the working day has ended. The entire floor is empty and silent. I shut down my computer and stretch my tense arms. I don't normally like staying back late, but sometimes it's necessary to get work done. And when I say work, I'm of course referring to Corpse Girls' task. When I'm absolutely certain that everybody has gone home, I get out of my chair and wander listlessly around the office. It's kind of nice having the place to myself. It's like my apartment, only bigger and colder, and without that terrible odor of mold that permeates the walls. Oh, ew. Oh no. Not the mold. That is actually like a health hazard, if any, especially black mold. Do not fuck with that. I noticed that quite a few people tend to leave their belongings at their desks. Nothing too valuable, the occasional coat, hat, or pair of headphones. Should somebody of low moral character wish to steal them, there would be nothing stopping them. I'm personally not interested in any of that. I walk to the other side of the office floor and reach the seniors' cubicles. Even the seniors leave important things lying around. There's a gift bag with a cake shop logo on the front, a company credit card, a few personal bank statements. But the contents of their desk drawers are where the real gold is found. As I rifle through one drawer in particular, I find exactly what I'm looking for. It's an old Noise brand phone, a few models earlier than my own. It slips into my handbag, right alongside the burner phone I brought from home. I close the desk drawer gently and tripes into the next cubicle. The top drawer here contains a flip phone, a familiar classic. It'll serve me well. Into the handbag it goes. One of the main problems I have with this company, with any company in fact, is the wasteful attitude of management. Executives, seniors, and even some junior staff are provided with company phones. Basically, if you're expected to make calls on the job, the company will issue you a phone so that you don't have to use your own. However, with the rapid evolution of modern technology, phones often find themselves replaced or upgraded well before they cease functioning. And management doesn't care about recycling or repurposing unused or obsolete phones. The devices simply drift to the bottom of drawers or storage cabinets, destined to become forgotten within moments. Am I really doing the wrong thing by taking these phones off the company's hands? It's not like I'm stealing personal property from employees. I'm only taking what the company is likely to write off as a business expense. And this is a multi-billion yen company. Are they really going to miss the odd, outdated device? I justified this to myself long ago. I'm ensuring these phones are used for a bigger purpose, and there's nothing bigger than fulfilling Corpse Girls' ambitions. As I swipe the fourth or fifth phone, I hear the ding of the elevator from across the office floor.
Shit.
Someone's here. I need to get away from the cubicles without being seen.
Noriko, is that you?
Shit. I must have ducked down a second too late because the voice identified me correctly. I scuttle forward on my knees just a little bit so that I'm not too close to the cubicles. When I get to my feet, I'm halfway between the senior employees area and the juniors' open plan desks.
Shinya?
Shinya walks over from the elevator to greet me.
Hi. You're here awfully late. What were you doing over there? That is, if you don't mind me asking.
I do mind you asking. Please don't.
Oh. I lent my USB drive to one of the seniors earlier, and they didn't return it, so...
Oh. Did you find it?
Nope. Oh well. I'll ask about it tomorrow.
I could help you look if you like.
Seriously, it's okay. I'm about to head home anyway. What are you doing here?
I left my wallet at my desk. Can you believe it?
Oh yeah, I can believe it.
Luckily, I remembered before I took Tomoe out for dinner. I would have appeared to be quite the buffoon if I'd been unable to pay for our meal.
Oh, this poor boy.
Yeah, I suppose so. Hey, how are things anyway?
Things with Tomoe are great. We are truly in love.
I'm actually happy for them. They seem to be bringing out the better version of each other. Shinya's getting more confident and Tomoe is like calming down the bitch vibes a little bit.
Wow, okay, not exactly what I meant, but how are things here? I mean, what happened with Kotomi and...
Ah, that whole kerfuffle. Can you believe Miss Ida is dead now? Is it wrong of me to say that I'm happy she's dead?
Not with what you went through. I would be able to understand it from a sentimental point at the very least.
Is that an awful thing to admit?
No, you're just happy that your perpetrator is not there, ready to charge at you, jump at you, and abuse you. If anything, I would find that, like, probably more human than anything to even experience such emotions. If you don't experience the relief of your perpetrator not being able to get to you anymore, that would feel way more off to me than anything. Again, maybe this is just a me thing, but since I've gone through that myself, I can relate to the whole thing that Shinya is experiencing right now. Like, I would be very much relieved if I ever heard that my essay, if my essay perpetrator left the earth, basically. I would be beyond relief, because it meant that there would be no other sacrifices, no other victims, no other issues. No one else going through the same thing by the same person, essentially. So I think that's I would count that as pretty normal. But again, it could be me.
It's so bizarre. Especially considering our relationship and how determined she was to end my career.
It bothers me that Shinya is still referring to the conflict between himself and Kotomi as a relationship. Yeah, it bothers me too. I don't like that.
But it would seem that she was the only one with animosity toward me. As such, the other executives said I'm welcome to work here as long as I like.
Aww, that's so good.
In fact, they were even generous enough to give me a small salary raise.
Oh, you sweet bean.
Wow! That's great, Shinya. I'm really happy for you.
Things are looking up for this guy. That makes me happy.
Thank you. It truly was a struggle there for a little while.
Before my brain can even register what I'm saying, the following words tumble out of my mouth.
Do you want to talk about it?
Noriko?
Noriko, I know that I haven't been as open with you as I should have been. Maybe talking about it will help me put the whole thing behind me.
I bite my tongue as I try to think of a way to back out of this situation.
Oh, you know, if you're uncomfortable talking to me, maybe Tomoe can help?
My objection is met with a smile. Looks like I'm in too deep now.
Tomoe means well. She really does. But whenever I bring up the subject, she becomes visibly angry.
Understandably so, my guy. She, as your girlfriend, found out that her boyfriend was being sexually abused at his office by an executive. Tell me, which girlfriend or partner, special someone, wouldn't be fucking furious if they knew that their partner was going through something as shitty as sexual assault? And if you have a partner that doesn't actually go like through the fucking roof in anger of hearing their partner experiencing that, my advice is immediately to just like dump that piece of shit. Like, seriously. So, hello, Rogue Jelly. Welcome in. Shinya as a character went through sexual assault by an executive, which was killed a little bit earlier in the story. So we're just like, we're seeing like some remnants popping up every now and then. Welcome in, by the way. I hope you're having an amazing Friday.
Many a death threat against Miss Ida has been made aloud.
Yeah, that's not unusual.
I wouldn't be all too surprised if Tomoe was the one who killed her.
Okay, that's a little bit...
There certainly is a motive there, after all.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't take it that far. Like I've said, the main cast of this story is a little bit deranged. Seriously. Oh, but I love it nonetheless. I this is great. I'm highly entertained.
So you don't know who killed Kotomi?
I don't even think the police know that much. Father showed me the photos of the crime scene.
He did he?
Chances are that whoever did kill her was also killed in return.
Oh?
Though, as abusive as she was toward me, I never took her as the type to instigate a mass murder.
She wasn't. She just panicked. I guess that's what happened. She panicked. She was given an ultimatum. Kill one person in order to save her own life, and everything went to shit, and she just killed a whole bunch of people, and then she was also killed in return by someone else trying to save their own life. It kind of went down. Like, shit went down.
She was an angry person, yes. But that seemed to stem from a lack of fulfillment. That's what I assume, anyway. And I think that's the reason she made her advances on me.
Shinya,
That's still not a good reason.
I really am sorry. I'm so sorry that you had to go through such a traumatic experience.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to lose everything.
Oh, sweet boy.
My job, my relationship.
Tomoe wouldn't ditch you for that. I can guarantee.
Miss Ida threatened to steal it all away from me. Just so she could experience some form of power, some small manner of pleasure.
How the fuck was she going to... How would Kotomi Ida be stealing Tomoe away from you? That would never happen. Shush, my boy. Shush. It's okay. It's gonna be all right. You'll all be fine.
Why do people do those things, Noriko?
Because they're fucked up. As simple as it is, like they're just fucked up. They ain't no other way to describe it.
What joy is there even to be found in...
I take my time to consider my reply. I'm probably not the best person for him to be having this discussion with, but all things considered, it does seem to be helping him come to terms with things.
Shinya, what you went through with Kotomi, what she did to you, that's not what it's about. She never had the right to put you through that.
Exactly. There was no rights. A perpetrator of sexual assault never has any right. None of the excuses, none of the explanations, none of the so-called descriptions of what goes on inside of a perpetrator's head for sexual assault has any value. Any value or right whatsoever. It makes me fucking fired up every time.
I hope that one day, when you're comfortable and feeling healthy, I hope that you can make some good memories with Tomoe.
Yes. Good memories from now on.
Yes. I hope so.
And potential therapy as well. Would help.
Thank you, Noriko.
Don't mention it.
I don't know if my words were the right ones. What right do I have to talk about what he went through? I can only hope that I managed to bring him some sort of comfort.
Well, I better grab my wallet and get going. Don't want to keep Tomoe waiting.
Yeah. Go spend some good quality time with her. Have some good fun. Go eat some good foods and just don't bother too much with those kind of thoughts. At least not for now. And if they keep bothering you, go for a therapist. That's the best option.
Say, would you like to join us, Noriko? Are you hungry at all?
Oh, I don't want to intrude on your romantic evening.
It's no trouble, really.
Maybe next time. I have some things I need to do tonight.
Okay, no problem. Well, see you later.
Shinya takes off towards his desk. I breathe a sigh of relief as I hoist my hand back up from the ground, feeling the reassuring weight of my newly acquired burner phones. I enter the elevator and give a polite wave to Shinya as the door closes. What a few scenes. We
Give me a
stayed.
call back when you leave the restaurant.
Okay, I did not expect that. We stayed behind at the office just to like steal some phones for our little corpse girl project. And then we have this very deep conversation with Shinya. I love the depths of the characters in this story, and that's something that I always love for any kind of game or story. Like, if it's superficial, very like on the surface, never really dives deeper down, then it falls flat on me very easily. So these type of stories where we actually get to see more different sides to the characters is where I get extremely invested.
You want me to drive tonight?
It has to be tonight. We talked about this.
But
Please. Kojiro is on standby as well.
fine. Not like I've been dying to bring Shinya back to my place or nothing.
Especially not after the conversation we just had. It kind of... now I kind of feel bad. I, as the player, feel bad for dragging Tomoe out on, like, a corpse driving. After I just know what Shinya went through and what he probably would need.
Don't push Shinya. Let him tell you when he's ready.
Yeah, I know. Look, I'll probably be out of the restaurant in an hour. That cool?
Yes, thanks.
Bye!
Tomoe hangs up. I look down the street, my gaze aiming directly at the restaurant Tomoe is currently seated at with Shinya. I'll need to kill an hour around here. But what is there to do? I'm not exactly keen on the idea of window shopping. I don't even want to be here. But standing in one spot as dozens of people walk by is really nerve-wracking. I could go visit Aoi at the maid cafe. but then I'd have to pay the table charge to enter, and it'll probably be pretty weird to be served by girls in maid costumes. Not really my thing. You sure, Noriko? Because last time I checked, you were 100. Last time I checked, you were confirmed gay. Potentially bi. Last time I checked. As I glanced around, I noticed a 24-hour manga cafe at the end of the street. That could actually be perfect. I could rent a quiet space for a few hundred yen and just read a book until it's time to go. No one there to bother me. In fact, the only person I'd need to speak to is the attendant at the counter. With my mind made up, I hurry along to the manga cafe. I want to go to a manga cafe. I want to go. Oh.
Pretty late.
Oh, hello.
Come on, you're a night owl. What are you complaining about?
And here I thought we were going to the manga cafe. I was robbed. I was robbed. Gabe's setting me up for actually thinking we're gonna go straight to the manga cafe. No. But happy to see you again, Kojiro. How are you doing?
Just making chit-chat.
Alright.
Well, instead of talking, how about you hold that flashlight still? I can't see what I'm doing with you waving it around.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm nearly done anyway. Fucking Yuriko. This wouldn't be so difficult if she didn't have different haircuts in every single photo on her profile. I'm just going to have to estimate the length of her hair for now.
The corpse on the table in front of me looks like an uncanny clone of my sister. I snip away a little more hair from her fringe and then put the scissors aside.
You two must be close.
The opposite.
Makeup's done!
Thanks. Looks good.
Tomoe beams as she puts the cap back on the lipstick in her hand.
I think we're done. Can you zip up the bag? I really need to wash my hands.
You got it, boss.
I step away from the corpse and plunge my hands into the ice-cold bucket of water on the factory floor. I have to admit that we've become pretty good at this whole thing. In just a week or so, we've managed to refine our art and synchronize our duties.
Okay, load her in the van. I'm going to send the corpse photo now.
You sure about this? You think she's gonna be awake this time of night?
I'm positive. This is the best time to do it.
According to her noise feed, Yuriko Kurosawa is currently attending a massive party. I'm sure the venue will be packed to the brim with her scumbag friends. She's been posting about it for days. It wasn't hard for me to find out all the information I needed, since whoever organized the party posted it as a public event. Yuriko is about to receive a photo of her own corpse. And in less than an hour's time, she's going to receive her carbon copy corpse in a body bag in front of at least 100 people. The mass panic that will break out is sure to be hilarious. I don't want to miss it. And I don't want to miss my sister's final moments. Maybe she'll kill herself in front of her closest friends. Or maybe the tarot will slowly eat away at her and she'll go home first before deciding she just can't take it anymore. I'm happy with either result. She's finally going to get what she deserves. I hate her so much. She's a low-life degenerate, a delinquent, and the utter scum of the earth. And she never calls me. I doubt she remembers I even exist.
Ready to go?
I snap out of my thoughts and I look at the phone that I've been subconsciously holding in my feeble grip. It's the burner phone I picked up from home earlier this morning. Yuriko's corpse photo is glowing on the screen, ready to be launched into the network. I hit send.
Okay.
Kojiro nods and hauls the zipper-up body bag onto his shoulder. The weight of the cadaver inside causes him to stumble a little, but he regains his balance and shuffles towards the factory entrance. I examine the body bag as Kojiro carries it. It's the same white HRP that we've picked up from the morgue, but I've made a rather nice adjustment to it. Big, bold letters are scrawled along the sides in purple and black permanent marker. It says, "With love from Corpse Girl." Underneath the massive letters is, in smaller script, is Corpse Girl's website address. A scribble of a cute anime girl decorates the other side of the bag. It's the very same character that dances animatedly on Corpse Girl's website. Tomoe told me this was a bold move. Kojiro didn't seem to care. Yuriko Kurosawa is about to be publicly executed. Tonight is the night that Corpse Girl becomes known to the world. Oh shit, do you guys think that this is gonna be... do you guys think that this is gonna go down? Like, at this point, I'm questioning whether or not the police actually has access to a lot of the technology, like fingerprints, you know, the dust with the brushes for fingerprints and all that kind of stuff. If they've access to that, if they do DNA testing and that kind of stuff. Because this is not a rural area. This is not like rural times Japan in that sense. We're definitely in a quote-unquote world and timeline where those kind of what that kind of technology would be there. So I'm really I'm really curious. How is this gonna go down? How long can they keep doing this without getting caught? I don't know. This is the quietest house party I've ever witnessed. I only managed to catch a glimpse of it before Kojiro shields my eyes with his ice-cold hand. I want to object to him censoring my vision, but the smell of blood causes me to slump against his shoulder and I resort to whimpering quietly as he places me gently on the ground. The vision of the house party from hell is still vivid behind my closed eyelids. It's not like I've been to many house parties in my life. In fact, when I really think about it, I don't think I've ever been to a single one before this moment. But I've seen them on television. I've seen them in movies. They're always loud. Music is blasting. People are dancing, drinking, making out. The scene I witnessed doesn't look like any of that. I'm pretty sure dead bodies don't line the floor at a regular house party. I'm pretty sure trails of blood aren't on the guest list. This party is weird. The walls are slashed. There's broken glass everywhere. Specks of bloods are dotted across the furniture. Someone in the next room is sobbing quietly. Someone above, perhaps inside the ceiling, is groaning. Kojiro is sitting next to me now. I can imagine a bored expression hovering over his features. He still has his hand over my eyes. He taps the fingers of his other hand against the body bag beside him. His stitches drum out a rhythmic beat upon Yuriko Kurosawa's clone, still zipped up and sealed inside her temporary coffin. I think Tomoe is still in the van. She said something about not wanting to get messed up. I never planned on entering this party, but Kojiro dragged the body inside, then returned shortly after and told me I should come take a look. So, here I am. Here I am, blinded by Kojiro's misguided attempt to protect me from the carnage I willingly unleashed. I asked him if he killed all the people here. He said no. I suppose I believe him. I managed to squint through a gap in Kochiro's fingers momentarily. The blurred shapes of 4 or 5 bodies are on the floor in front of us. There's a stray arm lying limply on a chair that's currently unaccounted for. Kochiro presses down firmly against my face, and my vision darkens once more. I hear his voice and imagine his calm demeanor in my mind.
Thoughts?
Don't know.
I haven't managed to sort my head out just yet.
Your sister's over there. Well, a corpse that looks like her, at any rate.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Kojiro releases his grip from my face. I stand. I tiptoe forward, stumbling thanks to my still blurry eyes. I can make out the shape of a sofa close to the wall, and I approach it carefully. Oh, shit. The empty gap between the sofa and the wall is a 3-foot wide space. I'm not sure why the owner of this house doesn't keep the sofa directly against a wall. The empty space here seems kind of useless. Maybe if the sofa is all the way against the wall, it becomes too far from the TV. That's a possibility. I would personally just get a bigger TV so that the sofa can be kept comfortably flush with the wall. The gap here really annoys me. It's making me irritated. I want to push the sofa back myself, but I know I don't have the strength. It's a massive thing, bigger than I am, and maybe even bigger than Corpse Girl. Even if I was strong enough to move it, there's still the issue of my sister lying there between the sofa and the wall. She's in the way. I'd have to move her first, and the thought of touching her is absolutely disgusting. Even when she was alive, I never wanted to touch her. She's a foul excuse for a human being.
Hey, Yuriko. Long time no see.
She doesn't respond.
You don't look so hot. Guess I'm prettier now, huh? Why do you never call me? Whatever. I wouldn't answer the phone anyway.
She doesn't say anything. The sound of someone grunting behind me doesn't interrupt my concentration. I assume it's just Kojiro clearing his throat.
Have you seen Mother lately? I haven't heard from her in a while. I'm sure she's fine. Are you still on parole? I heard you were working at a clothing store. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm working for Temujin at the moment.
Yuriko nods.
It's okay. There are worse jobs, I'm sure. How did you get that cut across your throat? Does it hurt?
I reach forward and slip my fingers into Yuriko's gasped throat. When I remove them, I frown at the red blood dripping down into the gaps between my knuckles.
That's disgusting. Remember when you bandaged me up after I busted my knee? You said Mother would be mad if she found out that you hurt me. So you tried your best to fix me up before she got home. She found out, though. I think she's going to find out about this, too. There's no way you can keep this from her, Yu.
Yuriko smiles gently. I wipe the blood onto my skirt.
Oh? Him? That's Kojiro. He's a friend. No, there's nothing between us.
I hear the grunt from behind once more.
I know. You're actually nicer than I remember. Why couldn't you ever be this nice when we were kids? If you'd been this nice to me, then Maybe I wouldn't have spent my entire teenage life wishing he would drop dead. Oh, I guess my wishes came true after all.
Yuriko laughs along with me. It doesn't sound like a laugh. I remember. It's more like a gurgle, like she has something caught in her throat. A trickle of blood pours from between her lips and she coughs.
Oh, do you need a tissue?
Oh shit, she's still alive. Oh shit, she's not dead. What the fuck? And you just stuck your fucking hands into the... Oh! I was not making lightly of the fact that the main cast of this story absolutely been bamboozled. They're absolutely fucking crazy.
Here.
I unzip my handbag and retrieve a tissue, then hand it to Yuriko. She tilts her head and sprays the rest of the blood from her mouth.
Fuck you, Noriko. Okay. I gotta go. Say hi to Father for me, okay?
I leave Yuriko behind. Oh! After making my way out of the cursed house, I find Kochiro waiting by the van. Tomoe has shut herself inside and rolled up all the windows.
I think we're done here.
Okay,
What, you're just gonna leave her? She saw your face!
leave this here?
He lazily indicates the body bag on the ground.
Yeah, I guess so. We didn't need it after all.
Guess not.
Kochiro slaps his broad hands across his trousers, dusting them off. He cocks his neck to the side and stretches his limbs. I make an attempt to reach for the van's door, but Kochiro stops me.
Not curious about what happened?
Only a little. She's dead, though. Or dying. That's all that matters. Oh, actually, give me 1 second.
I quickly dart back inside the house. Girl! I weave across the room and duck behind the sofa once more. Yuriko is silent and unmoving. I do my best to push her body to the side with my skeletal arms. She budges an inch or two, and I find what I am looking for. Her phone buried between her ass and the carpet. I turn on the screen and I find there's no fingerprint or passcode lock. The photo of Yuriko's corpse, the very same photo that I sent to her earlier, is still on the screen.
I guess she did receive the photo then. Maybe that's all it took this time. She must have been pretty freaked if she killed all the people here. This is like the Kotomi Ida situation all over again.
Yeah, but we don't know what went down. My voyeuristic tendencies flare up and I decide to look through the rest of her photos. I swipe across the screen just once and nearly jump out of my skin. Yuriko received a photo right before she received the one I sent. It arrived 10 minutes before my photo. Hello, Ramen Boy, welcome in! You're arriving at a peak time. This whole scene is crazy. This entire thing is fucked up. Holy shit. Stab Shuji at the party. It's another image of a corpse. Another photo depicting her death, but it's completely different than the one that I crafted.
What the fuck?
Someone else sent Yuriko Kurosawa a photo of her own corpse only 10 minutes before I did. Yuriko received the corpse photo from somebody else. What's going on? I examined the photo in detail. It's well made. It's just like my own work. If I didn't know any better, it would be easy to assume that I made this. But what stands out the most is the writing on the bottom of the image. It simply says, "Stab Shuji at the party." Stab Shuji at the party. Who the hell is Shuji? Is he here? I thought it was a girl. Is he one of the dead bodies scattered around this accursed house? I quickly discard the thoughts of Shuji, and a more important question has come to my attention. Is someone else crafting corpse photos and sending them to people? Does Corpse Girl have a copycat? An imitator? But why target Yuriko? Why target somebody whose death was requested through Corpse Girl's website? I can't process this right now. It's already past midnight and I'm utterly exhausted. I shove Yuriko's phone into my handbag and get the hell out of the house. So we're not gonna acknowledge that, like, sound in the back? Like, we're like, the gurgle, the gruntle, or something else that was happening in the back, was that just Yuriko all this time? I actually thought that there was someone else alive in that house. Seeing and watching and witnessing everything. I guess not. Today is not a suitable day to go to the office. Today is not a suitable day to wake up and shower. Today is not a suitable day to force those tiny pills down my throat. Today is a day to lay in bed and rest my face on the pillow caked with yesterday's makeup. I don't know what the time is. I don't really care. My phone has buzzed several times, but I simply don't have the energy to reach over and look at it. I want to just stay here and be warm and comfortable and not think about anything. I don't want to think about that house party last night, but I keep thinking about it. I don't want to think about finding Yuriko's body in that irritating, useless space between the sofa and the wall. I don't want to think about my sister's final words to me. Those bitter syllables that she used all of her remaining strength to force between her blood-soaked lips. I don't want to think about the fact that I'd probably have said the same thing to her if I was in her position. I don't want to think about the possibility that someone else was responsible for Yuriko's death. I was supposed to be Corpse Girl. Me! I was supposed to be responsible for my sister's death. Somebody else caused her death. How dare they steal that from me? How dare they? A copycat. A nobody. The more I don't think about it, the more I find myself thinking about it. Think. Why would somebody copy Corpse Girl's methods? How would somebody copy Corpse Girl's methods? Corpse Girl is mine. Corpse Girl belongs to me. I'm not infamous enough yet to have an imposter, surely. I'd be kidding myself with delusions of grandeur to think that I've earned an imitator. But the fact remains that somebody sent Yuriko a corpse photo that was meticulously edited and just as convincing as anything I could make. And those instructions: stab Shuji at the party. Stab Shuji. Did Yuriko do it? Did she pull a knife and slit Shuji's throat? What about the other people at the party lying cold on the floor? Did she kill them as well? Did Yuriko imitate Kotomi Iida's final moments and cut down a swath of people in all all in an effort to spare her own life? And then, who turned the knife on Yuriko? Someone acting in self-defense? Did you kill them too? There are too many questions and not nearly enough answers to satisfy my hungry mind. In an effort to find a silver lining in the whole situation, I think about how Kochiro left the body bag at the party. Hopefully the police will discover the corpse and link Corpse Girl to the murder scene. Her name and website are written all over the HRP after all. Everything might work out, as long as Corpse Girl claims the credit for the deaths. My popularity still has a chance of skyrocketing. My website will be inundated with new requests. Requests from people begging for me or Corpse Girl to kill on their behalf. Yes, last night's slaughter may actually be the best thing that could have happened. I'll happily steal the credit to propel Corpse Girl's name into the stars. I roll over and bite my pillow until it's soaked through with saliva and blood, and I scream until my lungs give out. She is. This. Now we actually have two people. I'm kind of sad that Rinkaya is not here. The Rinkaya only managed to be lurking because I bet Rinkaya has a good guess who the copycat might be. Oh no. Ramen, I hope I made sure to say hi to you. Welcome in. Happy Friday. I hope you're having an amazing time, an amazing day. I hope you're gearing up and getting ready for the weekend. The house party from hell is all over the news. It's being live streamed. It's all over noise. It's all anyone is talking about. I didn't expect anything less. A dozen or so people dead, a corpse in a body bag, a cryptic message with love from Corpse Girl. The police are trying desperately to put all the pieces together. That detective, Shinya's father, has his face plastered over every news outlet. He says the whole event is linked to the previous string of murders, the ones with corpses decorated to look like the victims.
Of course it's linked, you utter dipshit. It's all Corpse Girl's doing. It says so on the fucking body bag.
Except, this wasn't Corpse Girl's doing. But the more I lie to myself, the better I feel. I'm the only one who knows a copycat was responsible for the deaths. I'm the only one who has seen the photo with the instructions to kill Shuji. I've still got Yuriko's phone, that all-important piece of evidence that will surely serve me better than the police. According to various threats on Noise Channel, the police tried to redact the image from the body bag with Corpse Girl's website written on it, but once something is on the internet, it's pretty much impossible to remove it. The fact that the police wanted it deleted only served to increase the speed at which the image was spread. 1,000 posts around the web are all asking the same thing: who is Corpse Girl? Apparently, a lot of people are too scared to visit the website. They fear it might incriminate them, like the police are ready to knock down the door of anyone who visits the site. Yeah, right. But that reluctance, that hesitance, hasn't conquered the hearts of the truly curious. Corpse Girl's website has received over 1,000 visitors today. The overwhelming majority of IP addresses accessing the site are based in Tokyo. Even though the murders are known all over Japan, the news outlets in Tokyo are really having a field day with it. I expected most of the web traffic to be local, But it's still nice to see some visitors from elsewhere. Osaka, Kyoto, Sapporo, Fukuoka, hell, there are even 2 hits from the USA. Corpse Girl is finally becoming well known. However, despite the influx of web traffic, not a single request has been made. I pout in annoyance as I stare at my laptop screen. The request inbox shows no unread messages. It's almost too difficult to believe. I wonder if the changes I made to the site's front page have deterred people from using it. I'm asking for a lot more information now. A victim's name and address are now necessary to submit a request. Hello, Scotty. Welcome in. Hi, Mini. Are you factoring corpses? Very much trying to do my best. And being a corpse factory and running a Corpse Girl website has now made us so infamously popular that we have garnered ourselves a little copycat. So we actually have an imitator. So this is just like spiking up the whole situation even more. Just don't factor by 0. You know, I kind of read the name Zero as the guy from Code Geass, the anti-hero. But I hope you're having an amazing day. I hope that your Friday is going well and that you are ready for the weekend. So far, pretty good. That's nice. It's good to hear. Strap up. We are getting ready for more shenanigans to happen. I'm about to shut down my laptop in annoyance when a little detail grabs my attention. The last message in the request inbox. It's stamped with a time and date today, 5:45 p.m., about 15 minutes ago. Huh? This request can't have come through this evening. It's been marked as read, which means I've already opened it. Curious, I click on the message. The photo that downloads is of somebody I've never seen before. An unremarkable man, but someone that I would instantly recognize if I had previously opened this request. I return to the inbox and examine the times and dates of each message in closer detail. Every message is marked as read. So I had assumed all of these were requests from previous days, but it would seem that I was wrong. The messages are all from today. There's an entire page full of requests that have been made just since this morning. 25 in total. Holy shit. Why are they all marked as read? I haven't seen any of these. I madly open all of them. The photos of victims quickly download in succession, and I skim through them. Not a single familiar face. What's going on? Just chilling at work right now. Hopefully it stays chill. Oh, let's hope that the rest of your workday is going to go nice and easy, smooth, so that you can scooch on, hurry on over to the weekend for some proper relaxation. They blowing up your inbox. Oh no! Yeah, but what we're witnessing right now is actually the fact that somebody has been able to hack in on Corpse Girl's website, the dashboard, like the background dashboard, admin dashboard. Either they cracked the login information or they literally just hacked it. That no bueno. 100% no bueno. As I'm making my way through each message, a brand new request pops up at the top of the screen. I'm about to click on it when it suddenly turns gray. the tiny little closed envelope icon next to the message transforms into an open envelope right before my eyes. I'm struck with a single terrifying thought. Somebody is reading these requests before me. Somebody, somehow, has gained access to Corpse Girl's request inbox, and they are reading every single new request before I do. Don't reuse passwords, 100%. And also, this is a terrible hacking job, because if... Okay, not a lesson in how to hack people, but from like a hacker's perspective, you do not want to make your presence known if you've hacked into a system. You would want to have at least a code up that runs sideline with what you're doing, making sure that it's resetting each and every single traces, or basically just copying everything over onto a server or a site that is mirroring what you've hacked into, so that the original one stays as untouched as possible, so you can't deter any activity. Meaning that the person owning what you're hacking into doesn't actually know anything. And that's pretty doable. Not gonna lie. I'm not a hacking expert, never hacked into anything, but from what I have seen and what I have experienced, and what I've also like read up upon, like through various different articles in the tech industry, that's basically like as easy as chewing gum sometimes. Of course, it comes with like different experience levels, and like the more difficult the thing you're trying to hack into, the more difficult or the more complex it becomes, like setting everything up in the back end. So yeah, but no, I did study tech support and have done a variety of my own, like, again, not hacking stuff, but I have done my own, like, tech stuff, being my own tech support provider, having to scour through a bunch of different solutions in order to solve problems and issues on my own PC, even preventing hacking from happening sometimes. And I kid you not, it's such a menace. It's a headache. I think when my ISP came out with its own like proper security system that I actually felt comfortable leaning on, I could comfortably just like lean back and say, okay, I don't need to worry. I don't need to find all these loopholes and gateways and block them and make sure that nothing can enter, basically. Like, I don't have to do my own like support security measures, essentially. Yeah, either be undetected or close the original owner out completely. Yeah. So it really is those kind of things. And it's something that's even more prevalent today than ever, because everyone is online and everybody is using all these different applications and software and OS systems, and there are so many ways to go about it that it becomes a headache security-wise, and there is never a fully closed and guarded security system that works. There will always be loopholes, there will always be open backdoors in some case whatsoever, and sometimes even like on purpose, a system or software will leave very open and very easy backdoors. Like, veteran hackers will know what the open kind of like backdoors left up on purpose, what they look like, and not use them, because they're usually also made in order to catch the perpetrators, like to catch the hackers before they get in. So it's just like there is no way that you're 100% safe at all times, but you should still do, and you can still do as much as possible to ensure the best kind of safety. Oh, hashtag ooh. No exclamation mark. Ooh. Ooh. Hacks with meaning. Not exactly. But 100%. I'm glad your ISP can help, but it's still good that, like, you know the basic of that info. It's still, like, being aware that it's a thing also helps you whenever something, like, happens. And the more you're facing different situations, the more common the patterns will be for you to take action or know at least how to easily, like, get off of it. One tip I know is that if you're experiencing something very off with your PC, cut the connection to the internet immediately. Shut down the wireless, plug out the Ethernet cable that you've got in, and then just put that box to the side and go over it completely offline. And make sure that it's not connected to the internet at all. That's one way where you can isolate the problem and then work out with it from there. It's not too long ago that I saw that another streamer, I think it was Doro444, that had like a hacking issue through Genshin and whatnot. Or else it was like an email for like a promotion or something else. But he went through that whole shit, and one of the things that he did, which was like actually one of the like tips that I also carry by heart, is literally just like pull that shit offline. Disconnect it from each and every single fucking thing you can. Isolate the shit, and then you work with it. You don't work with it while still being online. If you still need help, if you still need guidance from Googling different kinds of stuff, you need to pull out your phone and find it that way. Or if you have a laptop, you can like find the information that way instead. But the device in question that has been affected or has been hacked and compromised would need to remain as disconnected from the open network as possible. And that's literally just like pull the Ethernet cable, make sure the wireless systems and Bluetooth and whatnot is off, so that there's like literally no way for anyone to get into it. And in worst case scenario, if you find out that it's compromised, like a hard drive or a like one particular hardware in your system, you would have to say bye-bye to that and replace it. But that's like for like if you take it down to like some tech repairs, they'll be able to like help you with that kind of stuff. But it really proves as like a big problem sometimes. And that's just like many of the bigger issues you can have with the internet. So what Nordico is experiencing here in the game right now is probably something as simplistic as it being either they guessed the password to the site, or we're dealing with another character who is so tech savvy that they're able to hack in. But then they're also doing a terrible job hacking wise. Rip at jail. No. Oh no. Oh no. Rip at jail. That's gonna give me a few more seconds. I can take something to drink. So yeah, this game is tackling quite a few interesting topics, I might add. The fact that we have gone through SA, we have derangement, we have... I don't know if it's schizophrenia or if it's just multiple personalities. I'm not too sure what kind of things that we're dealing with, but we're definitely dealing with a lot of heavy themes, so by all means, if you come in and you see this and it's just like, oh yeah, it's not for me, I'm out. I do not blame you. I do not blame you at all. You should never sit through a game that makes you feel uncomfortable. Now, I'm a story writer, and I love spooky shit, and I don't mind heavy themes, so this for me is like chewing gum sometimes. The only thing that really poked me was the SA topic, and normally I would just stay away from it, but yeah, as I've mentioned, as a survivor myself, I can immediately like get into what that would be like and how that is from a first-person perspective experience. Like, so this game is fascinating, but it can be a lot. It can be a lot. So I'm not expecting this to like shoot off the charts, but it's a game that I dearly wanted to play through. And I know for a fact that I would not mind going through more games that targets heavy subjects, because for me, they might still be like for me, even if they're heavy, they're not affecting me in the way that they would a lot of other people. And then there's also the whole thing of like having firsthand experience with some certain heavy topics, which I, at least as a viewer, would prefer that if somebody's going to target or like talk about these things, that they either have hands-on experience with it or that they are a survivor, maybe, which would make it feel a little bit more okay. They know what they're talking about. But also not just being a survivor or like having experienced it, but also knows how to handle it, tread carefully. More so than somebody who's like just going through it and experiencing for the first time and not knowing exactly what's going on. Someone, and I do agree with some statements from a few other fellow creators that there are definitely streamers on the platform, not just here, but also over on YouTube, even on TikTok, that will target and talk about these heavy topics in an unsavory manner and be very disgraceful about it. They're very disrespectful about it. And I'm just like, I could not for one sit down and believe that some people really just can just, I don't know, scooch over it, jump over it lightly, and make fun of it as if it didn't even matter. Because I can tell you for one, if those same people went through these traumatic experiences, they would come out on the other side with equal scars as all the other of us. And they'll have their own experience with it, their own trauma to battle. Not saying that I would wish it for them, but it's kind of like in the same sense of like, even though ignorance is bliss, it doesn't excuse poor behavior when it comes to these very, 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 very sensitive topics. I wouldn't say taboo, but they're very sensitive and heavy topics. 100%. Even I'm finding it difficult sometimes to put it into word. Because how does one talk about these things? How does one frame, form, and express certain experiences in a gentle enough manner for a lot of people to understand, but also for like fellow victims to feel comfortable enough to be around? So, like, it's a difficult one to balance, but not one that I am against trying my best at the very least. And also, I genuinely really just like stories with heavier topics, because they interest me. They interest me far more than a superficial one. Noriko was pointing out when she was at the library that, or not the library, maybe at the manga shop, something else, that she was trying to like go through different type of genres, and the superficial ones, the fantasy romance ones, weren't really her thing, because they were like very much just bloated storylines that anybody can write. And I'm just like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I do consume quite a few fantasy romance stories as well. And I have one on my own that I'm trying to write. But it's really difficult to get through without implementing these heavy topics. So one thing for me is that I have this soft heart for the heavy topics, but I also know it's going to be difficult to like create stories with heavy topics. It's always nice to have a balance. It really is. I sometimes just don't crave anything heavy, even though it's my favorite type of genre and stories that I go through. I sometimes just like lie down during the evening and just like read through the most superficial and easy to predict kind of storyline shit, because it's just like it's straight out. Like you don't have to think, you don't have to worry, there's nothing else. So there is a really good component to it when it comes to like a consumer perspective. But my favorite ones is the ones that are like, they're really like just chef's kiss. Mwah. But that's me. That's just me. In any case, I'm rambling again. Let's go. Let us go. Let us go. Jeebus. Oh, my cap. My cap is being itchy. Somebody, somehow, has gained access to Corpse Girl's request inbox, and they are reading every single new request before I do. Happy lurking. Somebody else has access to these requests. I can't believe it. I'm so shocked that I don't know what to do. I stare blankly at the screen, my mouth hanging open in disbelief. Has somebody hacked into my site? In a desperate bid to regain my composure and a measure of control, I hunch over the laptop and begin tapping at the keyboard. I exit the site's security settings in order to check the most recent visitors. All of the traffic is only accessing the front page of the website, as it should be. But one other user has accessed the site's admin panel directly. The security settings show that 2 people are currently logged into the admin panel, myself and some stranger. A bit slow in the uptake, this character, huh? 100%. I look up the IP address of the visitor and find that it is based in Tokyo. Perhaps someone who saw the news reports about Corpse Girl decided to try hacking into my website. I cannot abide a blasphemous transgression like this. How dare they set foot upon my holy soil? I'm burning with rage as I click into the website's advanced security settings.
I'll change my password. I'll ban the hacker's IP address. I'll kill them! I'll kill them for defiling Corpse Girl's website!
Damn. Wow.
You heard me.
Yeah, so?
Can't you track them down? Don't you have, like, connections?
Me? Already hooked you up with cadavers. Don't know what else you want.
I want you to find this hacker and let me strangle them to death!
Jeez. I'm no computer genius. Take it to the police.
You've gotta be kidding me.
Of course.
So what am I supposed to do?
Find someone else. Besides, you still owe me.
Excuse me? What exactly do I owe you?
My share of the corpses. Remember our deal? It's take with you. We're supposed to share.
Come on, what do you need me for? You're capable of getting the cadavers yourself now that you know how. Just ask Tomoe to drive for you.
Can I store them at the factory?
Store them? For how long?
Don't know. Weeks?
They'll rot.
That's why I won't take them home.
It'll stink up the whole place.
We had a deal.
Fine. Store them at the factory. I don't care. What do you want them for, anyway?
Tut tut tut. Not allowed to ask. Good luck with your hacker. Gotta go.
Right. Thanks for nothing.
All good in the hood?
I still can't get over the fact that it's Alex Lee that's voicing Kojiro. yeah. I recognize this male voice actor, but I can't remember from where. Alex Lee, the main character in Solo Leveling. Also Zenitsu from Demon Slayer. Among a few popular choices so far. I was so giddy. I only barely first got done with the first stream when I was just like, I know this from somewhere, and then I went to look it up and I found out there was Alex Lee, and I was like, fuck me, I was so giddy. It was so amazing. I really loved it. And Shinya's voice also looked sounds really similar to what is his name again? The VA who voices the main male character from Genshin. Aether. Oh, he's Lighter from CCC? That's where I know him from? Wait, Alex Lee? He's also voicing Lighter from CCC? Zach Aguilar? Yeah, Shinya has like a similar tone, but I don't know if it is. I don't think it is. It would be crazy to have those two in this one game. And I don't think I came across his name on the list either, so he is. I'm not playing that game, so I didn't know. Zach Aguilar is Aether. Yeah. I couldn't remember his name. But I didn't see Zach Aguilar on the list of voice characters, so I don't think it's him. Or even if I did, I don't remember. I'll have to look it back up again. The list of some, or like at least like the main cast, I think, should be on Steam. Otherwise it's on the website. His Lighter voice is very similar to this one in this game. Oh, it is? It's kind of like a medium range, because he goes high and then he also goes a little bit low sometimes. But he's not as deep down as in Solo Leveling. He's not as deep down as Tino. But I get so giddy every time. That's so fun.
Sure, whatever.
I'm not in the mood for Tomoe right now. I just want to get back to work. I get the day over with and go home.
Come on, cheer the fuck up. There's gotta be someone who can find that hacker.
Well, I don't know anyone.
Yeah, me neither. How many requests did you say there were?
70 when I looked this morning.
70? Jeez. How am I gonna deliver that many, you know what?
Keep your voice down.
I said, you know what? I didn't say nothing incriminating.
I don't know, okay? Is that what you want to hear?
No need to snap at me.
Just shut up for a minute, will you? I can't think when you're around.
Wow, sorry. Fucking skank.
Oh no. Tomoe's words hang in the air long after she's gone. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that her usage of the word skank wasn't affectionate like usual. I curse under my breath and return to my desk. I feel like I'm drowning under stress at the moment. Everything is piling up on me, forcing me down, pushing my head underwater, and taking away my will to even fight back. 70 odd requests to work through. A hacker with access to my website. Even if I've managed to block them out temporarily, I'm sure they will return. And then there's the copycat, responsible for my sister's death. It's all becoming too much. I don't feel like I'm in control anymore. I don't feel like stoic, unflinching Noriko. I don't even feel like Corpse Girl. Poor, defiled Corpse Girl. With hackers prodding her and copycats mocking her. I don't feel like Noriko. And I don't feel like Corpse Girl. Then, just who the fuck am I? Who are we?
Thank you for meeting me after work. I hope you don't mind eating at this restaurant.
Of course, it's no trouble.
Look who we have here.
It's nice to see you. I feel like we only ever talk on the phone these days.
Yeah. Is something troubling you?
I'm not really sure why I asked Aoi to meet me. Apart from me, part of me wants someone to talk to. I want to vent and unleash my frustrations. But another deeper, darker part of me just wants to throw everything away and hold her in my arms and let her tell me that everything will be okay. Oh, Aoi is Brianna Knickerbocker? Is that the right way to say her name? Knickerbocker? What a last name. That sounds so fun, Knickerbocker. It tickles my brain really, really well.
Noriko, you've got a weird look on your face.
Sorry.
You can talk to me.
It usually people, they would have stage names if they're not comfortable with their real names. So, like, you will never know if it's legit or not unless you do stalking, like background digging, and I do not condone that. I do not condone that kind of behavior. I've seen my fair share of like crazy Korean fans going after their idols and doing like stalker like background digging and whatnot, and they're absolutely morbidly fucked up in their heads. I don't know what they're doing. Jeebus. It's so crazy.
I'm kind of swamped at the moment. Do you ever get that feeling that you're drowning underneath the weight of everything? That no matter what you do, you'll never escape your situation? What am I saying? Of course you get it. You've been through so much shit.
Noriko, we've both been through a lot. School wasn't easy for either of us. I know you better than anyone. I know everything about you.
That's true.
It comforts me when I remember just how close Aoi and I used to be. But times have changed. I've changed. I might as well be a completely different person these days. There are things about me that Aoi doesn't know. Things that make up who I am. Who Corpse Girl is.
I guess I'm just overwhelmed. Maybe I need a vacation.
A vacation, huh? That does sound nice. Okay. Dream vacation destination. Go.
Huh?
Come on. We used to play this all the time. Don't think about it. Just tell me about your ideal getaway.
Somewhere sunny?
Oh, somewhere sunny.
Don't laugh at me!
I just can't imagine you in the sun.
That Noriko does resemble a vampire, so yeah, no. I wouldn't. If anything, if Noriko would go to like a sunny place, I would imagine her just sitting on a covered, at least underneath a parasol or something on like a terrace or on the beach, maybe. I wouldn't really like see her playing in the water or like playing in the sand on the beach out under the scorching sun. Like she would be like the kind to just like chill behind in a shadow somewhere.
Seriously. You said dream vacation, so? Yeah. In my dreams, I'd like to go somewhere sunny. Maybe Hawaii or Australia.
Interesting.
Could you imagine me with a tan?
Absolutely not.
You should go. Go to Hawaii or Australia or wherever. Do something good for yourself.
Aoi. Come on. You know it's not that simple.
But why not?
Really? How can you, of all people, ask me that?
What's that supposed to mean?
You can't even leave your apartment without checking that the light is off, or that the faucet isn't running. You need to check, like, 10 or 20 times.
OCD much?
I'm aware. At least I can go out.
Hey, I'm out right now, aren't I?
Are you?
Excuse me?
Does a safe little place like this even count? How is this any different than your tiny apartment?
Excuse me?
It's completely different. I'm surrounded by people, and...
It's the same. You don't go anywhere new. You're too terrified to step outside of your comfort zone.
What is with this attack? Hello, where is this coming from?
Oh, come on. You can't talk. You couldn't even start working at the office with me because you were too anxious to leave your apartment.
Girls! What? What are you guys doing right now? Where is this going? Like, what is with this sudden aggression?
That's not fair. If I'm not certain about everything, then it's too hard to... Why are we fighting?
That's my question. Why are you fighting?
We both know what we're battling with, so... Why?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Wow. And I thought my head was chaotic.
I'm sorry too.
We sit in uncomfortable silence for a while. Every now and then, Aoi shuffles in her seat and checks her phone. I said some nasty things to her. Sometimes I talk before I can even think twice about what I'm saying.
Aoi? Tell me about your dream vacation.
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
I'd actually like to go somewhere colder. I like the cold. I like to wrap up in blankets and sip hot cocoa. Maybe a winter getaway to Switzerland or Norway.
Oh, up in the Alps, up in Norway, up to see the Northern Lights. Is it called the Northern Lights? The effects that happens whenever like a what is it called again? It's like a burst from the sun of like an energy burst from the sun that comes down and hits the like protective layer of the earth that's creating that like flash of light. I think it's called the Northern Light. I went a little bit technical because Aurora Borealis, yeah, that. Man, I would really want to go up there. Like, especially up in Norway, they have like these like resort or like smaller huts with like a sky ceiling, so that you can lie down inside in like cozy, comfy, like warm degrees and just like watch it happening. Of course, many tourists or like a lot of people who go up there actually go outside to experience it. Like in real life, but that would actually be such a great little getaway. I would definitely want to spend a little week up there, just like that, just with that. That would be so cozy. And just like Aoi just said, just like wrapping yourself up in blankets, having hot drinks and sipping and like just cozying all up and witnessing all of these like spectacular views. I've seen quite a few things in my life so far, going on travels. So I think the only thing I'm missing is just like going to somewhere super cold. Like Greenland or Norway, or maybe even up in Canada. Saw a dude in a YouTube video make a 2-story igloo for him and his wife. They had a romantic night there. Ah, that's so cute! That's so fucking cute! Fucking cold, but so hella cute! Just like dinner or whatever, enjoying each other's company. That is incredibly cute. Also, not just me sidetracking from the story. But I like that. I like that certain topics that are like being brought up in this game is actually making me think of things outside of it as well. I don't think I've actually voiced wanting to go to Norway on vacation. I've been to Norway once on a school trip just for skiing, but we never saw any aurora, so sadly. But we had a shit ton of fun, just going about our days on the lopes. There was, I think most of the crew, the school crew was just concerned about the lopes. Anything from like the tiny baby ones to like the big black one, which is like the steepest one. But I think I also went on a walking, I don't know what it's called in English, but it's kind of like you have these special skis on. They're longer, and they're meant for like tracking, so that you're like walking in tracks in a row of people. I went on that too. It's kind of like a hiking, snow, ice, ski hiking thingy. And they have like specific tracks around the resort area. So that was also pretty cool. I would love to do that again. That was fun.
That doesn't sound half bad. There's something nice about snuggling up in the cold.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm glad you agree.
You think we'll ever get away?
I am certain we will.
Maybe we could go somewhere together.
Maybe. By the way, I wanted to tell you that I'll be leaving the maid cafe soon.
Oh?
Really? That's great! What does your manager think?
She pauses before answering. I'm not sure if she's thinking or trying to build suspense or...
I think he's had a change of heart.
Oh no.
He said I can do what I want.
Oh?
That's fantastic, Aoi.
It's a relief, that's for sure. My last shift is tomorrow. After that, I'll finally be able to escape that one guy.
Yeah, your family member who's harassing you. Also something that's very close to SA. All, like... There's a lot of SA happening in this game, not gonna lie. For, like, the first one we got familiarized with, who was a victim of SA, was Aoi. And it was an uncle or something, cousin, that kept coming to the maid cafe that she was working at and making unreasonable requests. And she was not allowed to quit or anything, otherwise he would be, like, literally, like, threatening her. That he said that he was going to come to her house, that he was going to just, like, seek her out at her house instead, if he couldn't get the service that he wanted from her at the maid cafe. He would just start showing up at the house. And not meant in a cute of, I'm really missing your sweet cakes and the drinks that you make. Not in that sense, no. Not in that sense. In a very, very, very nefarious way. as you can see down here in the text. Aoi hangs her head. She doesn't have to say anything anymore. I know that she's talking about her stalker, that disgusting guy that makes advances on her at work. I'm sad that it had to come to Aoi quitting her job in order to escape him, but a solution is a solution. And the problem is the cops usually won't do anything about it. They really won't. They usually won't.
What will you do for work?
I'm sure something will come up. I have a bit of money tucked away, so I'm not too worried.
Oh, that's at least good.
And my boyfriend has a good job, so he can probably help out.
Boyfriend?
Your boyfriend?
I'm slightly shocked that Aoi dropped that nugget of information so casually. Since when has she been seeing somebody? She's never spoken of a boyfriend before. A sharp knife carved from jealousy pricks my heart, and I have to look away from her in order to hide the tears in my eyes.
We've been together for a little while. His name is Junpei. He's great. Actually, he's going to pick me up in a little bit.
Oh, Junpei. I hate him already. I hate the sound of his name, and I hate the stupid-looking face that my imagination cooks up. Has he kissed Aoi? Has he touched her? Has he slept with Aoi? With my Aoi? I'll kill him. I'll fucking murder him in his sleep.
I'm so happy for you.
I bet you are.
Thank you.
Aoi's phone vibrates against the table. She glances at the screen and lets out a tiny squeal.
Oh, he's here now. I'll introduce you.
Thanks.
I cut myself off and ignore Aoi's quizzical stare. Homegirl, what? Yeah, I know, right? But we already know that Noriko is at least gay, if not bi. Because when Kochiro was hitting on her early on, she wasn't adverse to the idea. It just didn't really seem like the right kind of fit. But she's more genuine in her expression about romantic ideas surrounding Aoi, which would naturally make her girl. Or not make her girl, but make her gay. So we know that she's at least gay. She claps her hands in excitement and waves at a board, bumbling. She claps her hands in excitement and waves at a broad, bumbling man staggering toward her table.
Hey, babe.
What the heck? Excuse me? I was startled. I did not expect this. I was not expecting this kind of guy to show up. What? You know, let me just... I don't think that her stalker, that Aoi's stalker, has stopped. If anything, I'm next to certain that this guy might actually be the stalker. He looks nice though. There's something about his stare that's like very eerily creepy. The way that they drew his eyes is intentional, and I know it. Those eyes, they no. I read faces and and everything for a living for my own survival. That face ain't saying anything nice or ain't nothing cute. There ain't nothing cute about that face. That's for sure. I am so creeped out right now. Junpei. Look at this guy. Look at his lecherous eyes, his drooling mouth, his disheveled clothes. Aoi's dating this fucker? She could have had anyone she wanted. She could have had me. She could have had my gorgeous body. I would give myself to her anytime she wants. Probably not what she wants, though. A lot of eye contact. Yeah, and not in a good way. Not in a good way. She picked Junpei over me.
Is your friend?
I like his voice, though. Oh no! Here we go!
Yes. Junpei, this is Noriko.
Sup?
Hi.
Aoi talks about you a lot.
Ah, no! I like his voice actor. Don't know who he is. I like him. To be fair, it could be a bit of an unreliable narrator going on. 100%. I don't think for a second that Noriko is a reliable narrator. There is a shit ton going on in this story, and I am very, very eager to find out how it ends. I mean, it beats a lot of eye contact. It beats a lot of eye-to-tit. Eye-to-tit. I know what you mean.
She does?
Brawly.
My guy, your voice is like melting chocolate in my ears, and I don't know if I like it or if I need to actually hate it. I'm not too sure. My goodness.
We're going to go catch a movie. Would you like to join us, Noriko?
It's not better than Alex Lee, though. I am so happy every time Kojiro comes on scene, because I know he's going to be talking. I love listening to Kojiro talk because it's Alex Lee. But I also like this voice actor. I just don't know who he is. I need to go find out. He's at least pretending to be a bro dude. Yeah, 100%.
Nah, babe, remember you said we were gonna...
Junpei?
It's fine. I've got stuff to do.
Oh, okay. Maybe next time.
Maybe.
Well, see you.
Lates.
Lates.
Bye.
Toodles. Aoi grabs Junpei's arm and the two lumber away. I give up. I clearly can't compete with what Junpei has to offer her. I'm over her anyway. I had my chance in senior high school and I blew it. I moved on. That was my conviction, right? I want her so badly. But I'll just keep moving forward and find someone else. Someone else to fill the void until I can have her. I'm over her. I'm over all of this. Junpei isn't even worth killing. I don't have the time to waste on him anyway. I have something like 70 requests to work on. I don't have the time to be relaxing here. I need to go home and work and fulfill Corpse Girl's ambitions. If I do that, maybe I can get over Aoi. And if Corpse Girl becomes famous enough, maybe Aoi will respect me and love me, and we can be together. And we can go to Hawaii or Australia or Switzerland or Norway and drink a lot of cocoa in the sun and snuggle up together to stay cold, and we can get over our fears and anxieties together, and we will always be happy even if Junpei dies and Aoi wouldn't even care about it, and she would just kiss me on the beach and we'll be so happy together. Man, that was a line. That was a no pause line. Okay, sure, yeah, right, Noriko, yeah. I know. Everything would be so much better if Corpse Girl would get her shit together and just pull herself up from my mind and not drown in the endless thoughts of what if and who and why and circulate like draining water within my brain. Everything would be so much better if Aoi just loved me like I love her. But for now, I'm over her. I have work to do. think Junpei is doomed whether he's a good guy or not. Yeah. Which is sad. Also, this music, fire! This music is fire! Oh, listen. Oh, this is a new track. Choir banging in the background right now. Holy cheese. Each corpse blurs into the next. They all look the same to me now. Each cause of death is just an insignificant fact, just a bullet point, a tiny detail to be incorporated into a photo. I've lost track of how many photos I've created tonight. 20? 30? But the request keeps coming in. I thought there were 70, but there are so many more now. 200? 300? I can't waste my time counting them. This one is going to die from a baseball bat to the face. This one is going to drown. This cute guy is going to sever his own head, and this pretty girl will electrocute herself. They're all going to leave beautiful corpses in beautiful photos. We'll have fun collecting corpses that look like these victims. Me and Tomoe and Kochiro will apply makeup to each corpse, and we'll dress them up, and we'll zip them in a cute little body bag and put a nice little ribbon on top and deliver them to our victims. And each one will die in turn and leave behind a beautiful corpse. Beautiful corpses all over Tokyo. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful just like me. So slim and skeletal and perfect. So real. Each corpse will look just a little bit like me. Gorgeous. Kochiro called me gorgeous once. Aoi has never called me gorgeous. I don't have enough burner phones to send out all these photos. I'll have to use each phone multiple times. Maybe I can send 10 photos from one before I dump it. That's a good idea. It will reduce the amount of work. We also won't have enough room in the van to collect so many corpses from the morgue. We'll have to make a few trips, back and forth, from the morgue to the factory to the morgue. I wonder how many bodies we can fit inside at once. 5? 10? 15? If we stack them all on top of each other? I wonder if I could squeeze in between them instead of sitting on the passenger seat. I'm pretty small. I'm pretty skinny. I could probably zip myself up in a body bag and hide amongst the cadavers on top and scare Kochiro when he opens the van to unload them. Ooh! Haha! Gotcha! Kochiro, bet you didn't know I was in there with the corpses. Bet I look just like them, don't I? Can you unzip a body bag from the inside? I'll have to try it out. I can imagine Kochiro's shocked expression when I pop out. Like a naked singer bursting out of a birthday cake! Maybe I could strip down before I even get into the body bag. Bet he'd like that. I bet he'd like to see me slide out of the body bag, completely bare with my pale skin and my bony arms and my scrawny legs. His eyes would pop out of his skull even when he looks at my prominent rib cage and my hips and my tiny flat breasts. He'd probably think about it every night before he goes to sleep and fantasize about me and my perfect body. And he'd dream about cuddling up with me in the body bag and hiding between the cadavers in the van. Boom! Wow! Homegirl is spiraling. Therapy. There aren't enough therapists in the world. I know. This girl's crazy. Our girl is so fucking crazy. I love the facial expression that he has. Oh no.
Got you!
Fuck. What the fuck, Noriko?
I pull the top of the body bag down around me and let my chest breathe in the morning sunlight.
Boo! Boo!
My naked skin tingles from the fresh air, and I don't think I've ever exposed this much skin to the sun. I giggle and watch Kojiro step back.
Boo! Got you! Got you! You didn't know I was in here!
I wrestle my arms free and make an L shape with my hand. I press it against my forehead.
Kojiro's a loser! Loser! Kojiro didn't know I was in here! Na 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 na!
I was wondering why you wouldn't answer your phone.
I don't know why. This is hilarious. This is probably saying more about me than anything. But their interactions throughout the whole story has been incredibly comical. Because there is no sexual tension between them at all whatsoever. It is just like this very awkward, very misplaced comedic thing. This whole game to me is just like pure entertainment. It's pure. It's just such a chaotic crash show. It's like watching a train crash in slow motion, 100%. And also, like, in a sense of like you can kind of tell where it's going. Like, it's not unpredictable, so that makes it even more like it makes it even easier to sit back and relax, just everything unfold. But I'm still very much excited to see where it ends.
You're naked.
Wow. You only just noticed?
Boo! Climb in here with me!
You okay?
No, my guy. No. She's not.
Climb in! Climb in!
I unzip the body back further to make room for Kojiro, but he doesn't advance. He simply stands outside the van, staring at me in disbelief.
One sec.
He pulls his phone out of his pocket and presses it to his ear.
Yeah, found her. Back of the van. Yeah, in an HRP. Okay.
Kojiro hangs up the phone and puts his hands on his hips.
Your clothes in here too?
Dunno, but I'm very cold. Come warm me up.
You're lucky we didn't leave the factory yet. These deliveries can wait. Go inside, get dressed.
Very mature reaction by this guy. But also cool. Like, Kojiro, he's like in his... What was it? Early 30s? I think 32 or something. And Noriko was like in her 20s? Early to mid 20s? So there's like I think there's like 9 or 10 years between them.
Can't leave the body bag. I'm naked.
Shit.
Exactly, Kojiro. Shit. This is shit. He's smart enough not to put his stick in crazy so far. Yeah. I mean, he was very obviously and openly flirting with Noriko in the first few encounters we had with him, but that very, very quickly faded. That so quickly faded when reality started to hit. When he got confirmation about who Corpse Girl was, that he was kind of like idolizing, seeing that it wasn't really as hyped as he thought it would be, and now he's like stuck in this deal with Noriko as well, and he's just like, he's very much tamed down.
Can you bring her some clothes? Mad.
Kojiro approaches the van. He ducks his head under the roof and stares into my eyes.
Tomoe's coming outside. She has clothes.
Not gonna wear them. I'm a corpse now. I'm Corpse Girl.
Okay.
What the actual fuck? Noriko, put these on.
Homebrew is like, oh shoot. Oh, she isn't pretending to be crazy. She's for real crazy. Yeah. It's kind of like, at this moment in time, it really hit him for realsies that she was crazy. Or not was, but is, in fact, very cray-cray. Tomoe appears from nowhere and thrusts her hand out. In her fists... In her fist is a shirt and a pair of tracksuit pants, but they don't belong to me.
This is all I have with me. Take them.
I reach out and grab the clothes, but then I push Tomoe's hand aside at the last second and send the garments flying out of the van.
You little bitch.
Look at me! I'm a corpse! I'm corpse girl! Get inside the body bag with me, Tomoe. I want to snuggle.
Ain't no way in hell that's gonna happen. You finally cracked.
I think this is serious.
Oh gee, you think? You really think this is serious?
No way. You think?
This game keeps on hitting me. Like, what I've noticed, that I think I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream too, but I have noticed that my reactions sometimes are very in line with what the characters are about to say. And that is, for me, for me just seeing my own reactions happening in real time with the characters in the script that I have no knowledge of, that's so funny. I find that hilarious. It's happened multiple times with Noriko and a few times with Tomoe. I don't know if it's just me intuitively understanding what the writing is doing, but damn, this is a fun story.
She's lost her mind. We gotta take her home.
Yeah. Noriko, get out of the van. Sit in the passenger seat.
No!
Noriko, please. We're worried about you. We're gonna take you home.
I don't have a home! I'm a corpse, remember? Take me to the morgue!
I perform my best corpse impression by sticking my tongue out of my mouth and rolling my eyes back. When nobody laughs, I decide to laugh for them.
Right. Enough.
Kojiro climbs into the van and grabs my wrists.
Let me go!
He forces my arms into the body bag, so they're pinned by my sides. I can't fight him off. He's far stronger than I'll ever be. He pulls up the zipper on the body bag until it completely envelops me. Then he pushes me back so that I fall against a stack of cadavers. The van's door slams shut as soon as he climbs out. It's dark. I hear shuffling around outside, and then the revving of the engine.
We're going to the morgue! We're going to the morgue!
I sing as loud as I can, but I don't think they can hear me.
Morgue! Morgue! Going to the morgue!
I laugh until I can breathe, and then I decide to suffocate for a little bit. Decide to suffocate? Interesting. We're finally at Act 2! In that case, I feel like this is only appropriate to end it here. I know we still have 10 minutes left, but we have reached Act 2, officially reached Act 2, and I don't know how many there are. We've gone through the prologue, we've gotten through the first act, now we're at Act 2, and I don't know if we have an Act 3. But this is crazy. No, yeah, this is a good spot to stop. It really is. Like, it couldn't have been more perfectly timed. Although I'm a little bit sad that we didn't get as far as I intended, and we did also have like a bit of a pit stop in the middle of everything, but holy shit, guys! This story is crazy. As usual, I'm just going to mention that I will be trimming this down so that a lot of this extra talking in between sessions and me chatting with you guys is not as prevalent. If If only I will be leaving in some of my reactions in the edits that I will be making and uploading to my main YouTube channel. And this is mainly for you guys who wants to go back and revisit certain parts of the story, or you just want to re-experience certain scenes, or you just want to sit down and have like a full great time with this in just a binge faction. Because we have gone through the first 9 hours for the first stream, and then it's like 4 hours per time afterwards, and after editing down it comes down to about 3 to 4 hours per reading session. So there's a lot to go through. There is a lot, but having me reading through it all, I hope is a little easier for you to also follow, and I hope that you guys also like enjoying experiencing the story with me. If anything, I am very happy being able to go through some of my favorite type of games, which is visual novels. But I also know that it's a kind of a bit difficult to stream because there's so much reading to do, and it can take a lot of time to get through if you have to balance the chatting but also the reading. It's not something that I would mind, but it's not the most preferred kind of stream that people would do. But in any case, I am most likely going to visit another visual novel, especially the ones that I can find on Steam, because there are more on the Switch, but I don't have the setup to actually do console streaming with like a capture card and whatnot. And also, even if I did that, I would probably prefer doing recording sessions of that, because capture cards and live streaming is just like capture cards in general are not that great, and so there would probably be a lot of like having to go back or backtrack or restarting a session, reading through it. So, but I could see myself doing more visual novels, just like reading through it and playing through them, especially, and just putting the gameplay up on my channel, because I'm definitely enjoying these. I read so many stories that it's something I naturally feel like I want to go into. So if you guys are also enjoying it, I will definitely be doing more of that. For now though, let me menu save. Let's get this one. We have the fourth one officially chaptered, or act 2. Let's go back and check some of the images that we got. How much of this did we get? So this whole first part, up until here, the first 5 images concludes the prologue, and then from there and all the way down to this last image is Act 1, and then we have Act 2. That's crazy. That is crazy. But I kind of feel like none of the images that we got today, this and this, both aren't the type of images that I would want to put up on as thumbnails. This was the last one we did, the last thumbnail that we did. Is there anything else? No, that would be too spoilery. This one we haven't done. It's a little bit better than this, at least. Yeah, we could do this one. So, for anyone of you who would want to stop by again next time, we are going to continue with this visual novel every Friday until we finish, and then the streaming times will only change once we have finished and concluded, and then I'll be moving Friday streams to Saturday, but not until we are done with this one. I'm gonna continue Friday streams until we're done with this one, all the way up past Halloween, I think, depending on how many streams we need to complete this. But aside from that, art streams are taken down, so I will be back next Thursday with Elden Ring. And are we gonna raid today? Are we gonna raid? Are there any interesting peeps online? Are any of my homies live? Is there anyone live? There is no one live. No. No. Well, then you get sent straight to the void. In that case, I'm gonna send you straight to the void for today. Oh no! I know. Oh no! It might also be because I'm like a little bit too early. I think if we wait about like 3 minutes or so, I think at least one other streamer is gonna come live. One of my friends is gonna start. I think. I'm not too sure. But have a good one on Mini. Yeah. If you're interested, I'm going to stick around for another 3 minutes. Just to see if anybody goes live here at the hour clock. But I'm really this game. This absolutely fucking game. The story. Noriko has officially lost it. Noriko has officially lost it. I cannot get past that last passage. She fully lost her marbles. And for whatever reason, I do think it's because she stopped taking her medicine. But there's so much going on. There's so much happening in the later parts here. And I really, really, really just do not know what to make up of it. We have Aoi's new boyfriend that came into the picture. There's the hacker that came in. We have the unknown person that is going out, apparently the hacker or somebody who's with the hacker, exploiting the fact that they got access to the Corpse Girl website, and then they can go out and do the killings before Corpse Girl does. The relationship between Noriko and Kochiro is souring. She stopped taking her meds. Explains a lot. Yeah. I don't know what kind of meds she's taking. That's never been explicitly talked about. But there is, like, visual implications of derangement or, like, multiple personalities or disassociation in a lot of ways, which could explain why her mind deteriorates that fast the moment she stops taking her meds. And that kind of leans it to, like, some diagnoses and some conditions that I have had first-hand experience with, like, acquaintances growing up. And that could potentially explain it, but I don't think that there's a definition unless the game is actually depicting it. So I am very excited to see what the game intends to do with these kind of conditions for the different characters, because right now Tomoe, although she's bitchy, seems like the only one who's of sound mind, along with Shinya. And Kochiro, although he has his kinks and fetishes for this whole, like, corpse and death thingy going around, he's also way more level-headed than anyone else. Aoi seems really, really sketchy, the little girl in the yellow dress on the floor. She seems really sketchy, but at the same time, every time that we meet her and we're, like, faced with new scenarios and situations with her, we also see that there's, like, cracks in relations to Noriko between her, based on Noriko's, like, account, of course. But I'm like, there's like so much happening. One thing that I'm quite curious about, because they did set us up with the family that's living below Noriko in the apartment complex. The father and his little daughter Momo, where the father is working as a security guard. We haven't seen him since, and I'm quite curious what's going to happen once things starts to unravel, because it's really spiraling down a chaotic pathway. Everything is evolving and, like, just flying past so fast, and I think it's intentional with the narrative being from Noriko's position, that everything is just, like, suddenly escalating and it's out of control, and we don't know exactly what's going to happen or what anything's going to be doing with it. So I'm very intrigued. I'm very intrigued with this story, and I was the first time when I went through a little bit of the beginning part, like the prologue plus a little bit more. And I am like, I'm really happy that I made the decision to come back to the story again. I also, as you can see in the gallery systems, that there are like 2 times, or at least like, we've made a few decisions along the way that has definitely broken our path up in different ways. And I'll be wanting to come back and see if we can target that. Maybe that's just going to be a little of a sidestep thingy that we do part way in the beginning of a stream, because we can speed our way through everything that's happened, sit and talk about the different differences, what the new things are going to be, and then once we hit some new stuff, I can take that and potentially clip it and add it in as like bonus episodes later down the line for like an after edit. To just see if we can get some like 100% thingy. If we can 100% complete this story and actually get all the small minor details of it, that would actually be really cool. This story, Corpse Factory, also reminds me of another visual novel called The Letter that is way more paranormal than this one, and it's way more like interactive, where there is QTE events. You can turn them off, of course, so that you don't necessarily die. But it does have QTE events where you have the ability to fail. So it's a lot more engaging and a lot more like nerve-wracking the first time you play through it. I've already been through the entire thing, so nothing will really like surprise me. It will definitely irk me and definitely make my spine crawl a few times. But that's also another game that I highly recommend. If you want a more interactive kind of visual novel story that you want to go through and explore on your own, The Letter is amazing. You can get it on Steam. I think there is a few more other platforms that it's on. I think they might have made it... I think they might have like pushed it over on the Switch as well. I'm not sure. That, or maybe it's on like an app for mobile devices. But yes, I'm just going to check for one last time. Otherwise, I'm 100% going to send you into the void. Aha! We can get an early head start. So, Crazy Hazy, here we come. Here we go. He's just started, so there won't be anything else. But by all means, use the mini raid and whatever emotes fancy you. Just like these, for example. Just like these, or something else. But if you would like to, feel free to participate. And if not, I will see you again next week. And for anybody who is subbed, you are more than welcome to join over on my Discord channel. And if not, make sure you're following me around in different social medias. Blue Sky and Twitch are definitely the biggest places to be. And aside from that, just stay safe. And if any of the themes that were talked about today rubs you the wrong way or leaves you with extra thoughts, make sure that you check in with someone and talk about it. Don't leave the heavy stuff hanging for no reason. Make sure that you take care of yourself at all times. I will see you next week. Stay safe, happy weekend, and amazingly happy Friday to you all. Minnie is checking out. So long!